We're not playing Minecraft today. I'm just using Al's starting soon screen because I can't draw. Whoa. I've been thinking about playing Dark Magician. It's just like I don't know that I have the gems for it. Like, do I want to spend? Because I also want to get Art Mage cards, you know? I really want to build an Art Mage deck, but like, I've just been putting it off because I'm not convinced that they're like good or playable at all. Like, it seems like people aren't using them. They just seem cool. This is the deck we're using. We've got basically the thesis of this deck is I really wanted to play Odd Eyes, but Odd Eyes isn't really like playable, especially without Appaloosa. So we have Vortex Dragon as part of our perfect end board that we get like 5% of the time, but mostly we're just summoning Zark. Mostly what the game plan is do everything we can to summon Supreme King Gate Magician. That gets us Soul of the Supreme Celestial King. We set that, and then next turn we have Zark. Sometimes we can go into Electromite, and then obviously Electromite, if you've ever seen a Pendulum deck in your life, Electromite summons Astrograph Sorcerer, and that's also a possible tribute for Supreme Celestial King. If actually I should explain if you're not familiar with this card. So we need a monster with 2500 original attack. That's actually really nice because even if they have some kind of a weird floodgate that's like lowering our attack points for some reason, it's not very common, but it won't mess with the deck. We can still summon Zark. So what this is it's a trap card that tributes our monster. It lets us banish fusion materials to summon Zark, so it's almost completely free. We don't need to do any work for it at all. And then Zark has the effect on summon where it destroys all cards the opponent controls. So it's a spell speed 2 board wipe, and we're kind of praying that that just carries us through the deck. So the the caveat is Zark's effects get negated unless we have like the four-dimensional dragons banished. So luckily we're playing Arc Pendulum Dragon anyways, but then we have Clearwing Synchro Dragon. There's no way to get to this in the deck. I used to be playing Ash Blossom. Not that this ever happened, but technically you could normal summon Ash Blossom and Synchro summon it that way. But no, there's not really a Synchro Dragon monster that we can really use in the deck. We're also playing Arc Rebellion. I tried out for a little bit using Raiders Knight with this. So Raiders Knight, obviously super easy to get into. It just takes dark monsters. All of our level 4s are dark monsters. We play nothing but darks. Light Worm doesn't work, but so this just gets us into the rank 5 Arc Rebellion for free. Just detach material, rank it up. Um, the issue was it's even another card in the extra deck. Zark is already asking for, with the Supreme Celestial King, it's already asking for um, three dead cards in the extra deck that I don't want to be playing. With Starving Venom, we're playing Super Poly to try and make it work to give him a reason to be here, but still, it's not ideal. I wouldn't play this if I had a choice. But so with the Raiders Knight, it was just too clunky. It hardly ever came out. Hardly ever brought out the Ark Rebellion, and I think it was only even working when we did summon it because I was in such a low rank. I'm still pretty low. I'm only in platinum rank. I want to get to master. I've never actually gotten to the master rank. I'm hoping I can bring Odd Eyes there. That's my ultimate goal. So, and then because we have Super Poly, we're also playing Garura. Um, I have the other one. What's the other one? It's like the mud dragon, muddy mud dragon of the swamp or something. Mud dragon of the swamp. Here we go. This is such a weird line of cards. I don't understand them. But I have this one. I'm just not sure which is the best one to play. I'm opting for Garura just because most decks have the same type and attribute. I'm just hoping for that. Um, Mud Dragon is weird because there's a lot of like decks that play all the same type. There's not so many decks that play all the same attribute, you know? So I feel like I don't know. I just feel like Mud Dragon wouldn't work as much. So um, and then the other disruptions that we have to set up, we have Harmonizing Magician. Obviously, Harmonizing Magician has been carrying my deck for a very long time. Since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So, Harmonizing Magician, if we Pendulum Summon it, we summon any Magician Pendulum monster from the deck. So, we use that for Oath Dragon Magician, which gets us into a free Baronne de Fleur. I used to play Psychic End Punisher with this, because should I put this back in? Because we have all of these level 7 magicians, it just makes a lot of sense. We get a free level 11, which is kind of a weird tech that not a lot of decks can do. I took it out because I've been putting in. I don't have IP Masquerena, so we have to use WP Fancy Ball, which is kind of weird, but sometimes, honestly, it works just as well or better because we end on Electromite a lot of the time as a Pendulum deck. But yeah, so Psychic and Punisher used to be in the deck, but not right now. And I'm not sure if I want to put it back in. Um, the other options we have is we have Double Iris Magician. So the line with this is we scale Double Iris Magician, use it to Pendulum Summon, then we go into Electromite, and Electromite blows up the Double Iris Magician, so that's why we're playing two, because then Astrograph Sorcerer gives us the second copy, and Double Iris Magician gets us our Time Pendulum Graph, which just lets us blow up something on the opponent's board by destroying our Double Iris Magician as well. And then it's also got like this weird technical effect where if unless both cards are destroyed, so I don't have any way to protect my own Double Iris Magician, unfortunately, but if their card has any kind of protection, and it doesn't destroy it, I can send a card from the field to the graveyard, so we can dodge a lot of protection abilities. And most people don't see it coming. Most people will see me activate Time Pendulum Graph, target something that can't be destroyed, and they won't negate it because they think I'm just misplaying. They think I just haven't read the card. Um, and then what else do we have? We have Supreme King Dragon Lightworm. This is kind of a weird one. This one is we play it for the Pendulum ability. I mean, it's pretty good. It just does a lot of like extensions and things, but the Pendulum ability lets us set up more disruption because if we control Zark, when a monster is special summoned, that's our field or theirs, so it can trigger right off of Zark. When a monster is special summoned, we can summon Lightworm, and then we make sure to be very careful not to click this effect. This, I don't know why it's printed on the card, because it makes the level and attribute of another pendulum monster become the same as one. Oh, hey, Kit, welcome to the stream. I know you're not the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so thank you for tuning in. Um, because it changes the attribute, which is really weird. Because the reason we're summoning Lightworm is because it has this ability. We can add a Supreme King card from the extra deck back to our hand, then we can Synchro or Xyz summon. So what we do is we're always going to have this stuff in the extra deck at the end of the turn, like almost always. So if we have a level 4 Dark Pendulum monster, Lightworm summons itself, gets us something back from the extra deck, and then we get to Synchro summon a Supreme King Dragon monster. So that's why we have Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, because we summon this on the opponent's turn and it destroys every face up monster they have. Um, so that's the goal. But the weird thing is, the non tuner monster has to be Dark Attribute. So Lightworm has this ability that changes the level and attribute of another pendulum monster we control. But it's a light monster. So if we use this on, like, say I'm have my on my end board Odd Eyes Butler, which we're gonna get to. Sometimes I do have that. Um, you would think that it would work because we can turn it level 4 and then we can synchro summon the level 8. But it doesn't work because we're changing it to a light attribute. So the only Supreme King Dragon synchro monster needs a dark attribute. So I don't understand why they made the card this way. And let me show you something. The only other target is synchro or Xyz summon. This one needs dark monsters too. So there's no reason we would ever we're there's always going to be anti-synergy when we're turning another monster on our field to a light attribute. It's it's always going to hurt our plays. So I don't know why this monster does that. It's so annoying. Um, and then the other thing we have in the deck is, oh no, bye Kit. Thanks for joining the stream. Is we have Arc Pendulum Dragon. Um, or no, sorry, we have the Vortex Dragon. That is our final line of defense. This is the other disruption we can set up. So the line is, it's a little bit tricky. We need to get Arc Pendulum Dragon and Odd Eyes Seer. So the Skullcrobat Jokers can search that, and then we're playing Spiral Flame Strike, just basically to have 4 copies of Arc Pendulum Dragon. And then sometimes we'll use the destruction, like to bait out a negate or something, but it's just to search. Um, so then we summon Odd Eyes Seer in defense mode, and then it lets us send an Odd Eyes monster from our deck to the graveyard. So we pitch Odd Eyes Butler. Odd Eyes Butler has an effect in the graveyard where I can target an Odd Eyes monster I control, summon the Butler, and destroy that card. So we summon the Butler, we destroy the Odd Eyes Seer, and then that triggers Arc Pendulum Dragon. So we summon an Odd Eyes monster from the hand, deck, or graveyard. So we summon Odd Eyes Dissolver. And then Odd Eyes Dissolver uses its effect to fusion summon with monsters in the Pendulum Scales. So we fuse Odd Eyes Dissolver with Arc Pendulum Dragon, which frees up our scales during the end phase, which is kind of nice for a few reasons. And it also gets us Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, which is just an Omni Negate. So it's a really convoluted way to get like just the most basic form of disruption, but that's the point of the deck, is that I just want to play Odd Eyes cards no matter what it takes. So that's what we have. And I'm actually thinking, weirdly, this deck. So this deck has a lot of Garnets in it. We don't want to draw Odd Eyes Butler. We don't want to draw Supreme King Gate 0. We don't want to draw Dissolver. And we usually don't want to draw Astrograph Sorcerer. That's why we have this Ignite Reload to shuffle those cards back into the deck and also give us an Upstart Goblin. It's a really good card for Pendulum. And we also have Performapal Popper up because we also have like a weird number of cards that like being in the graveyard, which is a really interesting mechanic for a Pendulum deck. So Popper up, we can discard Odd Eyes Butler, and we can discard Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, because Darkworm, for some reason, has a graveyard ability that they kept from the anime. And then Butler obviously has the graveyard ability, but Butler is a little bit weird because we still need to have an Odd Eyes card, and we still need to have Arc Pendulum Dragon, because we need to destroy an Odd Eyes card with Butler for it to really do its job. So it gets weird because we still need Odd Eyes Seer, because we don't have other Odd Eyes cards in the deck. Or we can, like, have the second Arc Pendulum Dragon. Oh, Kit, welcome back. Yeah, I get it. this isn't really this isn't really your vibe. So the what was I saying? So we still need to trigger Arc Pendulum Dragon by having another Odd Eyes card. So discarding the Butler actually doesn't change that much. So mostly we're playing Popper Up and Super Poly, which also has the discard, so that we can discard Dark Worm. So that's basically the deck. Oh yeah, we're also running Odd Eyes Soul Blaze Dragon. Um, this card, I don't know how to feel about it because it's a really fun card to use. It's easy to synchro summon. It's just a level 8, so the way we go into that in this deck, Harmonizing Magician plus Double Iris Magician. If you didn't know, Harmonizing Magician has all these caveats on it, so she doesn't do any extra deck monsters unless you're using Magician monsters. So it's kind of a pain that way, but yeah, so we need Harmonizing Magician and Double Iris Magician, or Light Worm plus just any of our level 4s. So Soul Blaze Dragon comes out, we get a Pendulum monster back from the extra deck, but then it locks us out of non-pendulum monsters, so unfortunately we can't go into our non-pendulum level 12s, we can't go into the Crimson Dragon, we can't go into like I'm sure there would be like crazy Auto or what's it called, like Stardust Quasar, Shooting Quasar, any of that crazy stuff. None of the Yusei cards. So the only real target for this that we can, because it's a tuner, obviously, right? So we summon a Pendulum monster, then we can. It basically gives us a free synchro summon of a level 9 or higher to Pendulum synchro monster, and the only real target is Zark Synchro Universe. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't bother reading this card. There's nothing important. There's nothing relevant on this entire card, which is a shame because it's kind of awesome. Like, just with the anime lore, it's like it's giving Yugioh the attention that he never got in the anime. He never had a significant duel. He didn't even get to duel Yuri. They like cut it off halfway through. Like, it's just so frustrating. But Yugioh is finally getting his time in the spotlight, and which he could have been such an interesting role in the series because Yugioh Clearwing is the only dimensional dragon that's not a dark attribute, it's a wind attribute. I feel like that could have symbolized something. It's also like, yeah, it could have been cool, but they really dropped the ball. So it's cool that we have Synchro Universe for him, but this card just doesn't do anything. This is battle phase effects. This is when it's destroyed, it goes in the pendulum zone. Of course it does. This is just summoning itself back from the pendulum zone. So even if you're jumping through all these hoops, you don't even get like an ability in the pendulum zone for it. It's such a shame. But we do have Odd Eyes Arc Ray Dragon. So we can tribute Supreme King Zark, and it becomes Zark on the field. We can tribute it to summon our Arc Ray Dragon, which then lets us place any pendulum monster from our deck in the pendulum zone. So that's what Soul Blaze Dragon does. It's weird though because we don't really have any fantastic targets for that. We can always go like Dissolver and then Fusion Summon from the hand with the Pendulum ability. We can go Double Iris Magician if we're really looking for that, but it's never really that strong. I don't end up using it a ton. I'm really just playing Soul Blaze Dragon in the deck to try it out. But it's fun. It's a really cool line. And then the other ability it has is it lets us banish monsters from our graveyard, including pendulum monsters. So it's another card that wants pendulum monsters in the graveyard, which is cool. I just wish we had like more ways to interact with that because we don't have a ton. So and then it summons itself. The thing is, though, we can only use one effect per turn. It's like the crazy old one effect per turn and only once per turn. I thought they weren't printing this on cards anymore, but just for us, we get the special um, worst type of hard once per turn. So we can't revive because that's what you would think, right? Is it's this it's not easy to set up, but it gives us extra pendulum reborns all the time on demand. But it doesn't. It just summons itself like a level 8 tuner in a deck where I can't imagine what we would use that for. Like this is Odd Eyes. I thought this was meant to be an Odd Eyes card, but we don't have synchro monsters. You know? Like what are we going to go into with this Meteor Burst Dragon? Like it's just so frustrating. This is a protagonist deck. We should have at least the same support that the different dimension cards do. But we're trying to make it work. um, but yeah, it's just weird. So we can summon Soulblaze Dragon and use it to go into Little Knight. That's really what it does from the graveyard. um, but so yeah, so this is the deck. This is what we're going into ranked with. It was a bit of a long wind up, but I don't know. It gives people time to find the stream at least. Okay. Okay, we're going second. For the uninitiated, that could make or break the game. We could have already lost for all we know. Odd Eyes Butler in hand, that's not good. We have two Arc Pendulums. We have the Ignite Reload, so we can actually shuffle both of these and then search a second. Ooh, this is a good sign. This could mean they don't have any plays. Or it could mean they're in like Trap Tricks or Labyrinth or something. Again, we're pretty low rank, so it's possible to find like kind of rogue decks like that. Okay. I think we're gonna go for. I think we go for Darkworm first to try and bait anything out. Okay, we know they have something. I mean, we could have guessed, but honestly, that's probably a hand trap. Oh, that is a really good sign. This is like a starter deck card. There's no way you play this unless you don't have anything better. I think this is free. That would be really embarrassing if my first game I just got completely bodied. So, okay. I'm going to assume they have no disruptions, because it's pretty likely. Yeah, this locks us out of draws, which is a bit of anti-synergy with Electromite, because Electromite wants to give us a draw, but it'll fizzle. Do I get greedy? No, I don't need to. So that's going to be 3 draws. Ooh, that's unfortunate. We can't normal summon this. We go for the Supreme King Gate Magician. MST? Okay, this is free. Sometimes you see a 40 card. They've got the starter field, but I don't know. I just see the 40 card deck and the 15 card extra deck, and I assume they have something genuinely well constructed. But no, they don't have anything. So we go for the Spiral Flame Strike. Like I said, this gets us Arc Pendulum. The deck actually doesn't have a lot of kill power. Like, we're not great at OTKs in this deck. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. We're going to summon just the Gate Magician because we want to leave Skullcrabat Joker in hand so that we can normal summon that. But what we are going to do is Bottomless! I better not lose this. Okay, we still get the search. I think we still go for Supreme Celestial King. There's no harm in adding this and then just getting it face down. We could be using Pendulum Evolution here to spin Skullcrabat Joker and tag it out for like a either a celestial magician or a an astrograph sorcerer, but we just don't need to. Okay, that's kind of bad. I did not expect them to have that. Now we need to find our pendulum scales again, which is a bit tricky. And we are playing two Supreme Celestial Kings for this exact purpose. She's so loud. I have the new SP, the SP mate. She's so loud though. Um, that's fine. They keep destroying our monsters, but it's like if the effect is already activated, it doesn't matter. Luckily, we drew a pendulum scale. We're gonna get a little weird, and we're gonna go for arc pendulum, I think, just so that we have the scales we want. Actually, no. Double iris is a much better choice here. This way, in case they blow it up again, we'll have options. The thing is, maybe Pendulum Evolution shouldn't be in the deck because it shuffles for cost first of all. So then, if they have an Ash Blossom, we're just down a card, down two really, because now we have activated Pendulum Evolution. It has this effect, which is like cool, but it honestly we don't really have a line for it. And it also has this, which is just meant to be utility. It's not meant to do anything. But I don't know. I feel like it's a cool card, and I want to be using it if I can. You know, like if I was playing optimally, I wouldn't have this deck. I would have Canine. You know what I mean? Um, we're just gonna go for Gate Magician, I think. Oh my gosh, you guys hear that? I don't play with Sorry, I'm slow playing this guy, but I don't usually play with headphones on. It sounds like that's such a like wet, drippy sound when we're pendulum summoning. That's crazy. We're gonna add the second gate. Sorry. Okay. Supreme Celestial King. Just go in for a little bit of damage. Hopefully they put down some more face downs, so then Zark can just blow them all up. What do they have? Oh my gosh! Don't do the back row. No. Okay. Well, this time at least we can activate Soul before it gets destroyed because this is our last one. So this is gonna get us Zark. That's gonna blow up the face down. Unless the face down is another bottomless, I don't see this going badly for us. We could go for Arc Ray Dragon. No, that wouldn't. We could go for Arc Ray Dragon, and then we actually want to banish this one, I think. And then instead of blowing up their face down, we would be playing around. Maybe the face down card removes our monster, which would leave us with no board at all. So then Arc Ray Dragon would pen scale something from the deck. This does trigger our double Iris Magician, luckily. So we can get we go for definitely Star Pendulum Graph here because we need the searches. Obviously, we're missing our pendulum scales. Okay, yeah, the card blows up. It's a mirror force. I kind of expected that. So this should be game. I don't see any way this doesn't. Yeah, there's no graveyard effects in this deck. There's no point. There's no point BMing here. Honestly, I'm still a bit disappointed about this just because I feel like I didn't really get to show off the deck much. All right, let's see if we get a better match this time. Ghost Bell. I haven't seen this mate. Is this new? That's cool. let me turn this way down. Okay. Let me put the sound on as well. I usually play with sound off. Oh, right, this is my board doing this. Oh, canine! Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't know what they do. Okay, let me turn this back down. So this isn't live. This isn't live either. That's crazy. Can we talk about that? Can you imagine that in, like... Shoot. Okay, so this is a bit of a brick. We don't want to draw this. We low-key don't want to draw this. So this is the... We're going to have to ignite reload just to see if we get anything good. And we have to... We can respond to an Ash Blossom if that's what they have. But we could be in trouble here. Even though they had such a weird turn 1. What is this? Vanquish Soul. Right. Oh, no. This is the deck, I think. Vanquish Soul Canine. What? You were supposed to wait until I had monsters out to activate this. Even I know that. Destroy all monsters on the field. I don't have anything. Are you going to blow up your own guy? No. They went for the 1 reveal. Okay. Oh, no. That... Okay. I guess. Return to the... This doesn't do anything for you. I think we're going to return just that one, just to keep at least the 1 Pendulum Monster. And we hope we draw something that gets us to Celestial Magician. Ooh. Yeah, the deck can be a little bit bricky. But I mean, look at this. It's not like we're up against much. We're going to not set the Celestial King, just because they could destroy it. Yeah, you're going to draw 1 card. That's great. No shot. So you opened a hand with the Dimension Shifter and no other plays, and you just thought, no, I'm just going to sit on this. I'm not convinced this guy knows how to play. I should change game mats. We are not... This is out of season, but... I mean, the music is hype, though. So we have Called By, and we also have Time Pendulum Graphics Disruption. The unfortunate thing is, I'm kind of just getting back into Master Duel. I don't totally know what these cards do. Oh, okay. So we can't stop this, because it could just activate in response. Sure. And then hopefully we can just blow up whatever it is, but it looks like they're all kind of quick effects. Is this the same guy? Yep, okay. So they're going to draw 1 card, spell speed 2, so we can't blow it up to stop that. Yep. Rescue Ace as well. Okay. So that doesn't do anything. Hopefully they just go battle here. Yep. Awesome. We're actually going to blow up this one just so that it can't stop our monster effects. It's going to make us take more damage, but it should be fine. So this gets us to our star pendulum graph. So now, what this does is if a pendulum monster, if a magician monster leaves the pendulum zone or the monster zone, we can search out a new one. So it's really good for setting up the scales. We just need that celestial magician, please. Oh no. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do it this way. Wait. No, this doesn't work. Okay. Sure, add whatever you want. What is... Actually, this one has... You can return a non-machine. Well, you don't have any. Oh no, you could return the rock to summon it. But then that doesn't do anything for you. Yeah. Great. They're just getting more cards in the hand. This is a bit of a... The Rescue Ace deck, and it looks like the Vanquished Souls have a similar thing. They like to summon a bunch on the opponent's turn. So them drawing all these cards could be building to something. But there's no way to know. Okay. This sucks. We're going to commit to pen scaling the Harmonizing Magician. Sorry? Okay, no, that's not a hand trap. What did you do? Oh, you're just summoning it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Then they can return it to summon another copy of this guy, but they already activated the effect for this one, so... Wait. Yeah. Take control of one of my monsters. Well, that's pretty bad. Special summon from the deck. Oof. Okay. Maybe the move is to blow that up before we summon anything, and then they'll respond by summoning from the deck. I mean, we don't know that they have fire monsters, so it hurts, but we're going to have to discard this soul because we can't resolve it right now. So we're going to discard both, and then we're going to draw 2 and take 2,000. We badly need a Celestial Magician. Okay, that works actually. Because now we go Time Pendulum Graph, destroy our monster, and that. And then when ours is destroyed, that triggers Astrograph Sorcerer. It'll summon itself and get us another copy. And it triggers Star Pendulum Graph to search out a magician. Right, obviously, they do have fire. Vanquish Soul is a really cool deck. I love the, like, alchemy stuff where they have, where it's all about the attributes. Ooh, they're gonna dodge the destruction. But little do they know, that's only gonna trigger Time Pendulum Graph again. So we can actually just send to the graveyard their new monster on resolution, so they won't even get a chance to resolve any effects with it. Even though these are all quick effects, none of them work because you can only activate in response to a card activating. You can't activate in response to a card resolving. Shoot, what is that? Oh, yeah, that's okay. We could stop it, but I think Called By could come in handy if they have like an Ash Blossom. I wonder if that's the idea behind Vanquish Soul, because they reveal Fire, Dark, and Earth. So all the most common hand traps, like Max C is an Earth, Ash Blossom is a Fire, I think, and then Dimension Shifter is a Dark. Make Z's summon. That should be okay. Gosh, I just don't know what they're ringing out. Nash Knight? Okay, so they're going to attach my monsters to it. That's the advantage of a pendulum deck like this. They can only interact with monsters. So while my cards are pendulum cards... Yeah, nice try, genius. I think they want to attach my Gate Magician, but they can't because it's not a monster. Yeah, only, and it's once per turn, so we should have played through all the disruption. Nope, not quite. Who is this? Add a canine card, or send a canine from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. That's why we have Called By. We can stop the card that they send to the graveyard. So this is set us up to summon Gate Magician and Harmonizing Magician. And Arc Pendulum can summon from the graveyard, so having Dissolver in the graveyard is not a big deal. Okay, special summon. Ooh. So they sent this to the graveyard, but it can't go. I'm gonna use Called By. I just don't want the Rescue Ace to start up because I know it's gonna be bad when it does. Okay. I'm just crossing my fingers that now we can play through the rest of this turn with no disruption. Oath Dragon can't resolve because it's negated. We go for Barone. Barone is going to pop the Nash Knight. Awesome. Now this is going to let us summon Zark on their turn, and we have the Time Pendulum Graph, so probably we'll target Gate Magician and then tribute it, which actually is going to let Time Pendulum Graph send a card to the graveyard as well. And we can Barone for Odd Eyes Dissolver, which is going to be weird, but... And it probably won't happen. What? Is this Typhon? Of course it is. Neither player can activate the effects. Yeah, let's just do it. We have no choice. And then hopefully they activate all these effects that are going to summon things. Well, that's a shame. Okay. Bye, Kit. They're drawing. Do they know they're going to get board wiped? That's the big advantage of this deck. Most people don't know what these cards do. So you can't read Zark without like clicking on related cards here. How do you even do that? Yeah, you have to do all that. So now Zark shows up. We pop Sky Crisis, and then we get to send a card to the graveyard, and then we wipe their field. It's a little bit overkill. It's really functionally just a board wipe. But if it works, it works. We can grab another Harmonizing Magician. Okay. That's great news. And the Butler? Hold up. We're not going to use Barone, unfortunately. So the thing with Barone is it has a once while on the field you can negate. So we pop this card, then we negate that if need be. That's okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Take control. Ooh. Well, we don't know that they have the material to take control of our monster, so if they activate that, then we'll negate it. But I think they're trying to bait me into using my negate so that they can resolve the back row. The butler is in a weird position in the hand here because I don't have any odd eyes cards to destroy. Okay, yeah. So we negate that, obviously. Yeah. So what is... Can this guy... Does this guy have an effect? Yeah. So we're going to negate it, then they're just going to return that to the hand and some other guy. Oh, welcome back, Kit. Yep. And then this is going to have an effect. They have an earth and a dark, so what is that going to do? Unaffected by activated effects? Totally fine. Oh, it doesn't still pop. That would have been cool if it did. So yeah, we go for double Iris Magician here because as much as I said it was a bad card and it wasn't worth using at all. Yeah, hopefully I am. We'll see. It's gonna be a little while before I can stream with Al some more, but um, hope we're planning on doing more Slay the Princess. I think we're planning on doing every ending. So they're making it unaffected, so we can respond with Time Pendulum Graph. And just blow them both up. Maybe that was bait. Maybe we should have gone for the back row. Shoot, I don't know. Let's just go battle, because we should have game, depending on what the face down is. Okay, if it can't activate, I'm going to say probably it's over. That was a pretty good game. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I should really have more board breakers in the deck. Oh, I'll change my playmat after this game. Oh my gosh, we're matching. What is this guy? What do you do? That's so weird. I prefer that a lot to these guys. Like, it's silly that he shows the bug, but it's not, like, as fun to click on. Whatever, that's a nitpick. Draco Tail. This can be a really scary deck, but it's another one where I actually like the design of it a lot. It's just a deck that's really good at summoning a bunch of fusion monsters and then playing a lot of fair face down cards. Despia, on the other hand, and Albaz and Branded, which are all the same thing, and I never remember, is not my favorite deck. I despise these guys. If this card is fusion summoned, you can fusion summon. That is the text on every card they have. Oh, a dark dragon? We've never seen that before. That's so unique and interesting. Oh, wow, another fusion summon. And look at these materials. Fallen of Albaz, any dark monster. So if you have Fallen of Albaz, you can summon any of them anytime you want. What? I didn't realize they had this. Hand, deck, or field is crazy. Like, if you're gonna let them use the deck, at least lock them out of the hand. This card is also very similar to Firewall Dragon, which I love. Firewall Dragon has got to be one of the best card designs in the game. Yeah. See, look at this. Target a face-up is just a spell negate. It's so fair. Banish monsters from my graveyard. Labyrinth could never. Labyrinth is like every trap card. They have this weird setup where every trap card becomes destroy a monster on their field, destroy a card in their hand, summon any monster you want from the deck. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is meant to be a game about trap cards. That's the whole defining mechanic, you know? So I have a lot of respect for decks like this that, like, look at this. They're just playing trap cards, just unironically, because they're good cards. You know? My deck does play some trap cards, but it's like I'm always searching them first. You know, look at this. I don't know what these cards are. Isn't that awesome? That's the point of the game. All right. Ignite Reload to get rid of the Gate Zero and to bait out whatever they've got. Mirror Jade obviously can banish a monster. They do have a spell negate, but they don't know what I'm playing, so is it worth it? It is. Interesting, interesting. That's fortunate for me that they didn't use that on one of my pendulum cards. All right, we're gonna get greedy. Are you ready for this? Pendulum Evolution. We're gonna shuffle the zero and cross our fingers that they let us do it and they let us get the Celestial Magician. Ooh, that's huge. Okay. Okay. It's very hard to interact with this effect, so usually we can get it. Okay. Now this is where things get tricky. If we summon Darkworm, that lets us search another Celestial Magician, then we can summon it from the hand, and we can link summon anything we want. We can go into Beyond the Pendulum, we can go into Electromite, and we can bait out a negate. But if we summon Skullcrabat Joker, we can search Odd Eye's Seer, and that opens up Vortex Dragon, which is very difficult to summon and is my favorite card in the game. But it leaves us a little bit vulnerable. And then we could also Pendulum summon Darkworm later. So the question is, do we get greedy or not? I know you said you were going to lurk, but do you have thoughts on this? What do you think, Kit? Okay. Kit says greed. I'm absolved. This is all their fault. Skullcrobat Joker. Kit says get greedy. It's not my fault. This is what he wanted. Okay. It resolved, so we'll see. But we need this pendulum summon to go through. Okay. That's big. And then we actually chain block the Gate Magician, so they can't negate that. Okay. So Dark Worm is going to search us another Gate Magician, which can summon itself from the hand while we have Gate 0. So then we're free to safely link these two off into an Electromite to see if they have any negates they can do. Electromite. Uh-huh. Everybody fears the Electromite. Okay. But the effect still activated. So, we're going to put Lightworm in the deck. Because Lightworm is one of the only monsters in the game with an extra deck ability. If my face-up pendulum monster, so it has to be in the monster zone, gets destroyed, Lightworm returns to the hand. So, if this combo resolves, we summon the Butler, that destroys Seer, which gives us back our Lightworm. Ooh, I forgot they had the graveyard control. Okay, okay. But we're actually alright. Let's see. We can just summon Electromite again. Oh, that would be hilarious. Banish a monster on the field. They still, whatever we do, they still have Ice Blade. So if they know to get rid of Gate Magician, they probably didn't read this card, so they probably don't know what it does. But if they know somehow to get rid of our Gate Magician, we'll be in trouble. We can summon Little Knight, but what does that really do for us? I mean, I guess it's worth it. I just don't know. Because what else are these monsters going to do for us, you know? I guess we have to summon Little Knight, and we hope that this scares them. Okay. I think it did. They're fusion summoning, so... Okay. I think what we hope is that they don't see the vision, right? Now we use Little Knight. Okay. We use Little Knight. They're going to use Mirror Jade in response. They have to. That's going to get rid of Little Knight. They think we're out of plays. What? Wait, why? How could you... Is this bad? Do they know what I'm doing? Why are they letting this resolve? Okay, so it's not the... It's a dragon and a spellcaster. Please no. Okay. Secretarian Dragon is the card we're scared of. You activate a card or effect, you can destroy a card your opponent controls. It's all good. As long as they don't know to blow up the gate. And nobody knows to blow up the gate. Okay, they're just setting Dracotail cards. You guys, it's over. No. Oh. I'm the one who didn't read their cards. They know to blow up the gate. Oh my gosh. Mirror Jade would have I think they might know exactly what this deck does. That's amazing. Since I banished their Mirror Jade, it would have blown up my field during the end phase. And because of that, I wouldn't have been able to leave Gate Magician on the field to tribute. And they knew to destroy the gate. It's over. There's nothing I could have done at any point to win this game. That's amazing. Wow. It's just important that people see pendulum decks out there making plays, at least. You know? I'm actually going to friend request them. Oh, they got a whole spooky theme. I like this guy a lot. Okay. We're going to see... I want to see where people are getting that SP Little Knight board. Was it a limited time event that I just never ever saw? I don't have Skyscraper? I could have sworn I did. Okay. None of these are that cool. It's the limited time ones that are really good. Let's see, what do I have? I feel like the graveyard is pretty good. I don't have any other like new ones. I guess I can go to Cyber Universe. Gear Town is my kind of my go-to usually. Sure. But obviously I'm going to change the field parts. Halloween Ghost. I guess I don't have a good one there. What about my base? Yeah. What? What? Can't I apply just the one? What? Oh. I think we keep her. Yeah, that's fine. I like the Gear Town. This is a pretty good hand. Not good for going second, though. I didn't realize we lost the coin toss. Okay. Let's see how this goes. They're in the forest, which is a good sign, but then they have this Dark Magician mat. Okay. Like, these are expensive. Yep, they just forgot to change their field. Okay, let's see how this goes for us. Okay. This is what it looks like to have no interactions in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the other thing. This dual field has default music. Maybe I should put on the Despia field, even though it really doesn't look that good. Um, at least maybe it'll change the music. I actually don't remember if it does. I play with music off a lot of the time, so. Oh, I should pay attention. Did I watch them set that card? Yeah, Draco Tail Horn. Sure. Return a monster on the field to the hand. Destroy a card on the field. Banish cards from the graveyard. You know what? I can actually avoid Draco's Tail's Sting if I don't activate any spell or trap cards. But I don't know if it's worth all that just so that I can play my silly little Vortex Dragon. Okay. Did they just add that card to the hand, or was that... No. No, that's a... Probably was in their starting hand. So what could it be? It could be a Spell Negate... And that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what this deck plays. I think we go for Skullcrobat first, because everybody's scared of this guy. It's a really good way to bait out negates, because people always expect it to be way stronger than it is. Yup. Yep, it's the spell negate. That's not ideal, but it's okay. Because now what can they do? Return monsters to the hand? We don't care about that so much. They can also destroy a card on the field, but... But until I send a monster to my graveyard, they can't activate this card that's going to banish from the graveyard. So all they can do is return to the hand, and they need to activate that to activate this. So I think we might... that they're going to want to save this until they have a good target for it, right? What? And or... No! Oh, it's over. Alright. I mean, that's the game. Of course, the Secretarian Dragon too. So the reason we hate this card so much is I can't activate the effects of dragon or spellcaster monsters. Spellcaster. No, spellcaster. Supreme King Dragons is the deck. Spellcaster. Um, Spellcaster. Well, that's a psychic. Dragon, 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 dragon. It's the same reason this deck is so bad against Buster Blader. And not that people play that anymore, but I've been playing Odd Eyes for a long time. There was no need! I thought this was a once per turn. How did... what? So how did they destroy my pendulum card? I don't even... Whatever. What are you still doing here? Alright. You suck. You know the game's over. They're just clicking everything that lights up. Come on. Alright. Let's switch, fields again. I think this one, yeah. And then let's get some more board breakers in here. We actually could do Droplet. It always feels bad to send the cards, but we do have some pretty good discard fodder. Yeah, I'm not convinced we need these. Yeah. Okay. That should help us out in all these games where we're going second. Oh, well, what do you know? It must be pretty new, because a lot of people are using the Ghost Bell right now. Oh yeah, this is new music. You know, I kind of like the way the live twin stuff looks on the purple. I might like this a lot. Um, normal the Joker. We, ooh. Oh wow, no disruption, huh? Let's see how that plays out for you. We're on all level 4s right now, so we're gonna go for the Synchro Dragon for sure. Well, or we could actually get to Synchro Universe, but then we would have to clear up the scales. Okay, this music is pretty awesome. I'm going to try and play fast because they don't have any disruption. And it's rude not to. Alright. And we send Clear Wing because they might have Bestials, which can only banish light or dark monsters. So that's why Clear Wing is such a... That's just another reason why Clear Wing is awesome for going against the grain. This is the Electromite combo. I think this is the first time we've done it this stream, so for anyone who's not familiar, this is what Electromite does. Gets us into a free Astrograph Sorcerer, which recycles the card we destroyed, and it gives us a draw. That's interesting. Dissolver actually does have an effect where if our Pendulum monster gets attacked, we can summon Dissolver. So just in case they're playing Lynx, this WP Fancy Ball is gonna be a problem, because if you don't know, it can Link summon with their Link 1 or 2 Link monsters. But yeah, that's the field. So since this is a game where we have Lightworm, we actually probably want to go for Zark pretty early. Usually you want to wait for Zark so that you can get as much advantage off of it as possible, but not this time. I love the aesthetic they've got here. The ice crystal, oh my gosh. And they've got her being like a witch in their little, like, demonic seal. Sure, that should be fine. What was that? No! Okay. Yeah, let's go to Zark just right away. Max C? Wait, that's actually pretty strong here. No, it's fine. We just have to accept that we're going to give them some draws. I have a bit of hope that their deck is just going to be bad because they're playing this Fusion Duplication. I guess for Super Poly? So now they're going to Fusion Summon. Oh, they actually can use Zark. I guess I didn't think this through. Yep. Well. Well, would you look at that? Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. We'll just let it go, because if we don't, then the same thing will happen, only they'll also get a draw from Max C. Shoot, I played this pretty bad. We have a lot of extenders next turn if we make it that far. Are we seeing a level 8 Synchro or something? Well, they can Fusion Summon again. Shoot. I mean, we can, but then they'll just destroy it with Sanctifier Dragon. Actually, I think they might have game otherwise. Not quite, but it'll save us from some damage, and unfortunately I don't think Dissolver is doing much outside of this. Attack that. Come on. You know you want to. It probably says all... Why? Did they think it stopped everything from being destroyed forever? You idiot! Oh my gosh. We might have something here. So Mirror Jade is a once every other turn, so they can't banish me on the next turn. Oh no, not Masquerade. Masquerade is going to tax me for activating effects, but it's real simple. I fusion summon Vortex Dragon, I activate Vortex Dragon, and I bounce it. So that's only two abilities. Because they left me with this guy. Oh, this is going to be awesome. This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. They might just play the face down. It's still a good trade to make them use their face down for free. Alright, fine. Actually, interesting choice. So, because Odd Eye's Dissolver has to use itself as material, there's no once per turn on the effect. So all they did was burn me 600. And as long as that's the other thing that makes Vortex Dragon such a cool card, is once it's summoned, there's very little you can do to stop it because it has this on summon effect, and then they can activate whatever they want to try and stop this, but then I have my negate. So it costs them a lot just to let him hit the field. Well, obviously we can't let that happen. If we don't use the negate, we won't have it for the rest of the turn anyways, so this is a mandatory negate. Who do we want back in the deck? Probably Gate Magician, so that we can search it again if we need. Alright. Lightworm goes here. I guess maybe we should have done Joker first. This is beautiful. That's probably what, like an imperm? They got nothing. Yeah, harmonizing, I think. And then, so obviously Lightworm wants us to have Zark on the field, but Zark is in the graveyard, is in the extra deck, and we can't get him back because he can only be summoned through fusion. So we're going to go into Synchro Zark. None of these effects even barely matter. we're just doing things. So now we have the Barone, so we have another negate. I really doubt they can get out of this. Light Spellcaster monster, whose attack is equal to its defense. From your hand or graveyard. Yeah, go ahead. And then maybe we'll just negate whatever they summon, if it's threatening. I don't understand what this... That's weird. Okay. So they can fusion summon now, but only if we let them. Because we have our negate. So now... Soulblaze Dragon. Soulblaze Dragon is going to revive a level 4 from the graveyard. What? Why can't I respond? Okay. Oh, I meant to blow that up with Barone first, but it's okay. It's all good. We're not going to go into Zark, but we did not need it. Oh, we can't target that. Interesting. It's no big deal. So is our... We used Fancy Ball this game already, right? We're going to Fusion Summon... I actually don't think they are. And then next turn, they've got one card in hand. They can't get over Vortex Dragon with this. So then we'll negate that. Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it did that. What are you going to give me? That actually could be bad. Oh, sure. Of course. Well, they haven't outed Barone, so we can always use Barone to go into Little Knight. So this, I mean, they could get rid of Vortex Dragon, but then we can still get Little Knight and out something. Mirror Jade, sure. Yeah, this is fine. So, Little Knight comes out. Little Knight's effect targets Mirror Jade to banish it. At least I think that's... If we do get rid of Mirror Jade with Little Knight, it'll blow up during the end phase. But that's okay. It actually doesn't really matter if we respond to this, because during the end phase, Mirror Jade destroys all the cards we control. And then this is going to give them a branded spell or trap. Could actually be kind of bad. Oh, whoops. Yeah. So, we can summon the Butler, I guess? Shoot. Oh my gosh, did we lose this? Oh, that's frustrating. There's so much we could have done to win this game. Oh, great, Lightworm comes back. So they're going to take, I think, Branded Fusion. Oh? Yeah. Shoot. I appreciate them not BMing. I'm starting to think people use that, like, snowy field a lot. Do I have that one? Because it's not that good looking, so I wonder if maybe people just play it because it has a unique song. I'll try Trap Tricks. This is like a new-ish, like, expensive field, so maybe it's got a unique song. Ooh, they've got the old IP Masquerena mate. No, I think this is a default song. Yep. I mean, that's okay. We haven't heard it yet this stream, at least. Who is this? Mitsurugi, no! Oh. They probably can tell that what I've got is Max C. Mitsurugi is a deck that I have no respect for. Yes! Okay. They do need a lot of special summons, though, so that's something. This is the point when Ritual had officially gone too far and lost underdog privileges. Are we serious? Tribute from the deck? That's unhinged. Like, usually I would be all over a reptile ritual deck. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. But like, they just get everything for free. It's the same thing with Fiendsmith. Like Light Fiend was such an interesting typing. You barely ever see that kind of card. And they had a gimmick of like equipping monsters to themselves, but then like the fact that it's something that just ends up going in every deck ever played. Like um and then all it does is give them extra negates is just crazy to me. So we don't know what the face downs are, but I do know that we don't need to read these cards. Super Poly, baby! Oh, I should have done wings first so that I could discard a... Well, who knows. I think we go for Starving Venom, actually. Just because it's bigger. I guess if we did do Garura, then we could link it off and draw a card, but it's no big deal. This song is good. I've heard it a lot. And if you play Master Duel, you've heard it a ton too. Imperm the Starving Venom. You don't have any monsters, dude. You're not negating anything. You're just showing me where the Imperm column was. We might actually go for Dark Worm here, just because even if we summon Skullcrabat, we would be looking for Dark Worm. Wait, no, duh, we go for Gate Magician, summon Skullcrabat, and we get Odd Eyes Archpendulum Dragon. This is the God Hand. This is Vortex Dragon, Zark, and Barone. I guess that's what Max C will do for you. They seem to think they're still in this. They're thinking a lot about what to negate. Ooh. That shouldn't be too scary. Oh no, they can get it back the ritual. Ooh. So I'll just discard my Pendulum Graph and then I'll still get my effect. And you're not able to summon this because it wasn't properly ritual summoned first. You know that, right? Yeah, they don't even want to summon this. Okay, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Isn't this the same guy? Ame no Murakamo? I'm never gonna remember the names either. Murakamo Habakiri? You have to know how bad this gets for you once Barone hits the field. I'm hoping they'll let me some. Whoa, I didn't know it did that! I don't have anything for that. Wait, only destroy monsters? Wait. Oh my gosh, it's perfect! Arc Pendulum Dragon triggers! Starving Fusion Dragon is also going to destroy their guy. So that's going to bait out the negate. Not that we needed to. We can just discard. Oh. Yeah. I'm going to choose not to discard because I don't need to. Alright. Odd Eyes Dissolver! Odd Eyes Dissolver activate! Fusion Summon! The Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon! Vortex Dragon! Return it to the hand. Okay. Now this kind of leaves us without a ton of follow-up, but we're going to set these kind of as bluffs. They've got a 5-card hand to work with, and they're in Mitsurugi. But we have one negate, so we should be fine. We'll see how this goes for us. They're thinking a lot. Maybe they've never seen this card. No! What on earth? Who is she? Or that's a guy, I think. Regardless, it's not a snake. I thought, how is this a reptile? What is it doing? What are they activating? Whatever, I don't care. The game's probably over. Let's be so real. I don't want to, oh. Can they special summon it? No. That's interesting, because it wasn't ritual summoned first. Right? At least I think so. Sure. But can they get to 8,000 is the question. I really should have kept some stuff in my hand for this guy, Murakamo. Why are you letting me activate this? It's not... I know the reason, I know how to play, I just forgot. Okay. It seems like they only really have one monster in their deck. There is another Mitsurugi Negate. There's one that like summons every reptile monster from their graveyard anytime I activate an effect. That's a fun one, but it feels like too much, you know? And this is too little. Sure. Why didn't you do that in main phase 1? Did you think I had Mirror Force? My other thing is, if you're gonna let people ritual summon from the deck, you have to at least pretend there's a drawback, you know? Like, the game's over. That's a shame. Can this really be the last game? I gotta do one more. Come on. I can't end it on this one. Just win. You've got it. It's over. Just. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the guy I was talking about, by the way. Mitama. Anytime I summon, they can summon anything they want. Once per chain. That means forever. They're gonna soul charge their entire graveyard. Like this giant Venus flytrap, I want it to catch something, you know? It's frustrating that these After Effects looking butterflies just fly around all of my carnivorous plants. It's so weird. Why do you feel the need? If you don't have game because of this, here's the thing with modern pendulum decks is that pendulum used to be a thing of if you're in pendulum, you are sometimes going to get to special summon as many monsters from your hand as you want and back from the extra deck, where other people are going to be locked into just their normal summons. Right? But then, first of all, we got the nerf, so the extra deck summons are much, much weaker. I'm going to try Danger. Danger is kind of new as well. I don't know. It's not in the shop at least, I don't think. Um it was at least a limited time thing. Um but yeah, then we got hit with the extra deck nerf, which we needed, right? Like Pendulum needed that. Link monsters maybe need something like that too, but they're not going to get it. Um and then now by the time we're in the modern era, if you're playing Pendulum, what it really means is your monsters don't have effects that are going to summon themselves from the hand and from the graveyard and from the deck over and over again. Oh, they've got my guys. So they don't have those effects unless you have your scales set up. So it's like, what's even the... Like, why are they so scared to make Pendulum good again? Like, it loses to Feather Duster. I mean, this is just... We've seen this a million times today. This is just Draco Tail. Hopefully they play a lot of different attributes as well. So we can hope that we can get them with the Garura. Or maybe Starving Venom, because we have Super Poly. But honestly, what would be great is to draw Droplet, or like another board breaker. But they have so much back row is the thing. Since they're using back row, what we have for our board breaker options is we have Droplet and we have Kaijus. And we have Super Poly. None of that is gonna... We don't have Lightning Storm in the deck. So we can't get rid of the face downs. Okay. So we have confirmed Sting and Mr. and one unknown. That's not bad. See, that's the other thing. Sometimes they're not gonna set all 5, you know? That's what makes Draco Tail a very fair deck. Yeah, Super Poly's offline. Alright, we just hope they don't negate the Ignite Reload. This is kind of a bad hand. We don't want to draw Soul, and the Super Poly is offline. It's kind of matchup dependent. If this was a TCG deck, I would probably have Super Poly in the sideboard. It's the spell negate. That makes sense. Yeah, that checks out. It honestly might be worth us playing a Secretarian Dragon. It would be something we could go into off of Dissolver, but, I mean, Dissolver just hardly ever resolves anyway. We might, unfortunately, have to discard Soul, just because we don't have the right scales, so it just doesn't feel great to discard any Pendulum monsters. But, I mean, that's if we make it, you know? And there's a really good chance that they just never play into Super Poly. Sure. Oh, and then they target the face down and destroy it. Right. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better we could have done. I guess we could have, like, summoned some monsters as bait. I don't know. I just don't think there was any winning this game. Alright, no, we'll scoop, because we can't end on that. Come on! We're gonna win this one. I can feel it. We're due. We're due to win the coin flip. Here we go. What did I say? This is our game. Okay, called by Beautiful. Reload and Popper Up is unfortunate because with Popper Up we draw and Reload locks us out of draws. But I still think we can either Popper Up and discard these two, and then we'd be drawing two, or we can Reload and shuffle this and draw two, and we'll keep the Popper Up. So I think we go for the Reload. Also, Popper Up would have dealt us 4,000 damage. Okay, as long as it's something. And it is. We have cards in the hand, so we can play the game. the deck is pretty bricky. So we're gonna have just Sark. Because unfortunately we're gonna have to put Harmonizing Magician in the scales. Well, and I guess Dissolver? Dissolver can protect Zark from being destroyed by battle. I'm not sure there's even a point to going for Electromite. I think we just leave Darkworm. Yeah, I just don't think we have much. Sure. Vanquish Soul. Okay. So this could be like a canine thing. They're just gonna summon this. That's not so bad. Okay, yeah. Since we leave up Darkworm, they're only gonna be able to take control of that one. So we're immune to the Holly Sue. Gorgeous name. That's just like a real person name. Okay. I was not expecting that. Okay, yeah, they know. Or probably not, but yeah, of course. We're looking at a canine player. I love these things. I don't totally understand what's going on there. Is it like a gun or is it like... It looks like a turbine. It looks like a propeller, you know? And that what she's like swinging it. Is it a sword? It looks like a gun. What's this? What's going on there, though? And I have to say, unfortunately, I'm not here for the one pant leg and one short leg. This design is fine. No notes. Wait, what? Wait, what is going on there? Is that a real skeleton? Oh, shoot. We could be in trouble. I don't know what effect did that, but, Ooh. Column-based destruction. I mean, there's nothing we could have done about that. I didn't realize Raisin did that. The only column we would have been safe is the central column because it was already taken up by the by Holly Sue. Heavy Borger is a fantastic name. Look at those legs. The hands are like robot hands, but those are just, I think, his real legs. Like you can see the muscle. It's there. He's in like tight pants. You can see the muscles through it and everything. It's just the thigh. He's got normal calves. Kind of unhinged. I don't think I can stop much of this deck. Hopefully, we survive this turn. We summon Gate Magician, and then we tribute it spell speed 2 if they try to destroy it. That's the best we can hope for. This is our last chance. If we lose this, we can't run it back. I have to end stream. This guy's pretty cool. Those mouths on his knees. Oh, that was the important one. How did you know? Well, that's the game. I mean, except for all these guys are in defense mode for no reason. Aw. I like her a lot. I think she's silly. She reminds me of... She looks like Princess Bubblegum in the, like Princess Bubblegum from the alternate dimension. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh. Oh, goodbye, Kit. I didn't realize you were still here. My chat has been saying I have just one viewer this whole time. Oh, well, and it's me looking at the comments. I'm about to end stream anyways. Yeah. Yeah, it's over. That's a shame. I mean, you don't need all this. You're playing around one face down. You really think I have Mirror Force or something? I haven't been able to get this mat either. I don't know. I don't know how I missed this one and the like IP mat. I'm turning off the toggle. I don't have anything. Well, that's a shame. That's why we're still in platinum. I feel like I got to showcase some of the cool stuff this deck can do, but yeah, it's not the most consistent in the world. I mean, you know, we're playing a casual archetype. Maybe I could do without the popper up. I just think it's a cool interaction to discard the dark worms. But yeah, maybe popper up doesn't belong here. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a different deck for you next time. Maybe I'll get a Dark Magician deck ready. But that's the stream. And that's gonna be the end of it. Thanks for tuning in. If you did, I don't think there's anyone in the chat right now, but you know, if you're watching the VOD, all right.